As our colleagues, comrades talked about the new party, the final thing and the final analysis was that the party must keep purging and improving itself, right? By using the best ideas and taking them to keep improving and keeping away the bad ideas. So the question becomes, where do the ideas come from? And according to Mao Zedong, who really perfected or at least initiated and practiced this idea of where ideas should come from, he said the ideas come from the masses, but the ideas also come to the masses. So how do you then organize through the mass line? So the first thing you have to understand, or how the practice was, that you take practice, the theory of the party, and the theory, as you've said, is not books, is our understanding of communism and the vision as the vanguard party of where we envision the country and the party taking the masses. That's the working class, taking the power to the masses. So how do you get that? You take the practice, you then also bring in some theory, and the theory here is the contradiction. For instance, right now we are going through the doctor strike, right? It's a hot thing, it's a labor thing, it's a pay thing, it's everything. So the issue is, how then do you take that idea to the people? That would be a practical thing to think about. I'm not going to talk to there, but I'm just going to put that as the idea on the table. I'll finish with that in the next 3 minutes. So, taking that, you take the practice, the theory that you have, and the next thing that you have to do is also have some analysis of the contradictions of what people have experienced, what the reality should be, that is the material reality of these people based on their conditions. You go to them, you have a conversation. So, as the vanguard, since you have an understanding of the future, but the people on the ground, the masses, the working class, they have the practice, right? They know the difference. That is where the contradiction is. This is what they would like in terms of their work, in terms of their labor, in terms of how they want to see their conditions. So from there, you bring it back to the party for analysis. And in that analysis, we formulate the policies that will influence the activities or what should be practiced. And then you take it back to the people and they implement it as practice, action. So based on these actions, then you continue analyzing. Is it positive? Is it a negative outcome? And from there, you bring it back to the party and improve upon it. So that's what I mean by having a conversation. It's a back and forth. If we fail to do that, as it said, we are going to face two problems. The first problem is we become commanders. We become the big man, the person with all the ideas. So we go there and tell them, you must do this, right? Right now, what would you tell the doctors? You must go back to work, or you must continue striking, right? It's like you have those two polar opposites. But the issue is, if you command, why must they? They'll tell you we can't, because then they give you their problems. Since you have not synthesized or you've not analyzed that problem and provided a solution, then you're becoming a command, because mostly that's what the state does, isn't it? They force that idea. That's what mostly happens. If you don't, then your pay is cut, your loans and everything, and you are presented with a very grim reality. That's commandism. The other option is now to become an opportunistic. That's where you see this as an opportunity. As they say in politics right now, in democracy politics, that crisis is always an opportunity. So in the case of the doctors, we say we are the people's, we are the workers' party. So we go there and deal with their struggle, right? We are in the riots, we are in the marches, and then what? Right? You've taken advantage of the opportunity for what? So you become populist, right? You say you're standing with the party, but what happens? The party comes and says you cannot talk about things like this, you can only talk about taxes, maybe, you're looking at the compromise. But without the vision of where this worker, this doctor of Kenya should go, where the healthcare service sector should go, where the people who are being treated should go, you don't have a good answer. You're just reacting. You're just opportunistic. You're being led by the tail. That's the problem. If you don't have that conversation, if you don't put it into practice, if you don't come and synthesize and analyze it and take it back to the people for action, for implementation, so that you can weigh what works and what doesn't work towards fight for equality between capital and labor, towards the working class. That is how you enact the working class. We are going to avoid the pitfalls of Mao Zedong actually criticized Lenin, who said peasants don't have good ideas, right? We don't have the best ideas because you've gone to school, you think you know the theory, the practice of the thing, or because you've learned. Maybe you've only learned a very limited side of knowledge. So as the cadre, what do we get? What we need to understand about the mass life? We are the vanguard party. We take that responsibility. We learn our theory, we learn our practice, we learn the vision, and we learn the rules. Then we go to the people and listen to them, and then try to bring alignment of that vision with the present material conditions over and over again until we acquire a socialist state. Thank you very much.